Hello, my name is Gene Monterastelli, and I am the editor of TappingQA.com. And the video that you are about to watch is an interview that I did as part of the 24 Hours of Tapping. The 24 Hours of Tapping was a free event, which was a fundraiser for the Peaceful Heart Network. The Peaceful Heart Network provides training and trauma relief tools to those in war-torn countries, as well as working with refugees all over the world. They've been able to help out over 200,000 people all over the world. After you watch this video, if you find this video something that was useful, the very easy way that you can say thank you to the guest for giving their time and sharing their expertise is to go to 24hoursoftapping.com/support and make a small contribution to support the Peaceful Heart Network. Again, that is 24hoursoftapping.com/support, and I hope you enjoy this conversation. Please welcome your friend, your neighbor, your favorite video tapping friend. Please welcome Mr. Brad Yates to the virtual stage. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, well, now I'm all for Klimt. Thanks very much.
So before we jump into this, I'm going to tell a story about the way that I do you dirty every single time I step on stage. So whenever I am at an energy training event and I'm giving a workshop, at the end of my workshop, I turn to the audience and I say, if you enjoyed this presentation, my name is Gene Monterastelli. And if you didn't enjoy this presentation, my name is Brad Yates. And I just walk off. And I do it to this man over and over again. And when I conceived this event, I knew my hammer, the person that I wanted to end this with, was you. So I'm so glad you decided to join us today, my friend.
Ending, I was so honored that I was going to be the first speaker, and I thought you're just gearing up for 24 hours.
No, we will die. My team will skin me alive if I make them go more than another 25 or 30 minutes.
I love this. So many of you may have seen the video that Gene put out earlier of showing his setup, or his view and all the things in front of him. And I said, "Where's the coffee?" and so you wrote, it's got a heating element so that it'll always be 140 degrees. I think that's what you intended to write. What you actually wrote is it has a healing element.
6 1, half a dozen
Exactly.
the other. This is the place that we end up at this particular
one
point.
of those brilliant typos.
Well, recently I was texting someone and I said that was very clever, and instead I wrote that was very cleaver. So a lot of the dyslexic who has dyslexic fingers. Awesome. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to end our day tapping on self-love, tapping on self-esteem. And the question that I've been asking everybody as we've been stepping into this is, what is your origin story? Not for tapping, but being really interested in focusing on self-love, because that was the thing you said. Hey, let's tap on self-love and self-esteem. Why is that something that is really important for you to be connected to?
Yeah, it was actually now many years ago now, and I'd been doing this for some time, and I was just sitting there thinking about how, the next video that I wanted to make and the work that I do. And I just had this thought of, my real job is just teaching people to love themselves. That's really ultimately what it comes down to. And being able to acknowledge the magnificent children of the universe that we are and how awesome we are. And when we do that, when we have if you have somebody you really love, you just want to do everything for them. You want to take care of them. You want to give them the best that you can. It's like, well, if we do that for ourselves, naturally, we're going to be in a much better place to do so much more for other people as well. People get very confused about self-love and think, oh, well, that's arrogance and it's conceit. And no. That's not real self-love. That's a cover-up job for insecurity. When we really love ourselves, when we really acknowledge how worthy and deserving we are of love, then we see that in other people. And we just naturally want to treat people that way. So it's a total win-win situation.
And so beyond our misunderstanding of what self-love is, and it's really interesting. I have a client who was... Whenever I say be easy and gentle with myself, she bristles at that particular thing. because what she thinks she's doing is she thinks she's giving herself a pass and she thinks she's letting herself off the hook.
Yes.
And so the sense of like we're wrestling with self-love, it's like it's really like the errors that we make are the lip service, I love myself, and it's lip servicey, or it's oh no, I have to be perfect and I have to transform. And if I'm giving myself any sort of a pass at all, then I'm going to stop doing the work and I'm going to stop showing up. I'm going to stop taking responsibility. Like, how do we find our way between those two over-functioning, unuseful extremes?
Yeah, it's what I call being motivated by misery. We believe that we have to be motivated by misery, and if I love myself as I am, with my meager income and my challenged health and my, questionable relationships, then if I love myself now, I'll give myself that pass. I'll just sit on the couch and go, hey, I already love myself, so what do I care? It's like, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. When you really love someone, you want to give them the best. So when I really love myself, I want to give myself the income that allows me to live a life that I love. I want to give myself better health. I want to have relationships that I really enjoy. So we want to get past this idea of that loving ourselves means, oh, well, I'm just satisfied and I'm content and I don't want to make it any better. It's like if you have for those of you who are parents, if you have a newborn child and you say, I just love this child so much, just this child's so wonderful, and the child is hungry and crying, you don't go, I already love this child so much, I'm not going to bother to feed it because I just love it so much, even though
Right.
it's like, no, you can absolutely love it and you want to make it even better.
Awesome. So let's just take some of those obstacles to being able to love and accept ourselves in that particular way and just lead us through some tapping where, like, I know you've tapped on this a great deal. So there's going to be, the tail enders, the yeah buts, those things. I'm just going to put you in our hands and let's just create that sense of getting over those things and then work our way into actually accepting it.
Absolutely. Quick thing. Tell me again what the number is. What's the number on the board right now?
So right now we are at 19,590.
Okay. So I got up at 4 a.m. and started watching when you were on with John D.
Yep.
Last time I saw you was the three of us were having dinner.
Yep.
And have been glued to every speaker since then. And at that time, it was 16 something. And I thought, we're bringing this on because you had said, I'd love to get it to 18. And I'm thinking, oh, no. When I get on there, we're going to make sure we get to 20. I know I'll get to the 25 by the time you wrap up the fundraising. But it's like, if we can get to 20, it's like, oh, half the work, most of the work is already done. So, folks, please, the reason that we're all here, the reason my buddy Gene has been up way too long and is still amazingly here is to support our this amazing foundation. I've had the pleasure of meeting Gunilla and Ulf, and just so humbled and honored by the work that they do. So please, if you have not already done so, or if you've done so and are realizing, I have gotten so much freaking value out of this event, I need to do more, then by all means do that, before we wrap up today, so that, we at least push past that 20,000 mark. Now, just had to, because got to give you a shout out. I'm
Thank
so
you. I appreciate it, man.
Impressed and amazed by what you're doing. So now I'd like everyone to go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed, go ahead and maybe feel your feet on the floor or your butt in the chair, whatever connection you have. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible, so as to receive maximum benefit from our time together. Just following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. And imagine looking in a full-length mirror and say, I love myself. And just rate that on a scale of 0 to 10 as to how strong and how true that feels. And do not judge yourself harshly if the number is lower than you'd like it to be. Just allow yourself to be aware of what that feels like and ask yourself, why couldn't or shouldn't I love myself more? And if you're already at 10, what would it take to get to an 11? Nothing's so good it can't get better. So just allowing yourself to be aware of what thoughts, beliefs, and memories might come up as to why you couldn't or shouldn't just love the heck out of yourself. Notice what you feel physically. Notice what you feel emotionally. Just allow yourself to be aware of what feels important, what feels relevant. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. And let's please clear some of that stuff. Even though sometimes I resist loving myself,
Even though sometimes I resist loving myself,
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
I choose to love and accept myself anyway.
Even though I sometimes resist loving myself,
Even though I resist loving myself,
I choose to love and honor myself.
I choose to love and honor myself.
Even though I resist loving myself more,
Even though I resist loving myself more,
because some part of me says,
because some part of me says,
well, that's just not appropriate.
well, that's just not appropriate.
And maybe I don't think I deserve it.
And maybe I don't think I deserve it.
I might have all kinds of reasons.
I might have all kinds of reasons.
And even though I resist loving myself more,
And even though I resist loving myself more,
I choose to deeply and completely
I choose to deeply and completely
love, honor, and accept myself,
love, honor, and accept myself.
and maybe anyone else who might be involved.
And maybe anybody else who might be involved.
All this resistance to loving myself more,
All this resistance to loving myself more.
all this resistance to loving myself more,
All of this resistance to loving myself more.
all of these reasons
All of these reasons
why I couldn't or shouldn't love myself more.
why I couldn't and shouldn't love myself more.
Maybe I love myself somewhat.
Maybe I love myself somewhat.
Maybe I have certain days
Maybe I have certain days
where I say, I'm not so bad.
where I say I'm not so bad.
But to really say I love myself,
But to really say I love myself,
to acknowledge how freaking awesome I am,
to acknowledge how freaking awesome I am,
that seems like a bridge too far.
that seems like a bridge too far.
It feels inappropriate
It feels inappropriate
because of old programming
because of old programming
about why I couldn't or shouldn't love myself more.
about why I couldn't and shouldn't love myself more.
Maybe I've told that's conceited,
Maybe I'm told that's conceited,
and I choose to clear that.
and I choose to clear that.
That's a total misunderstanding.
And that's a total misunderstanding.
Self-love is acknowledging that I'm awesome.
Self-love is acknowledging I'm awesome.
Conceit is saying that I'm more awesome than others.
Conceit is saying I'm more awesome than others.
And if I have to say that,
And if I have to say that,
I might have some real doubts about my own awesomeness.
I might have some real doubts about my own awesomeness.
Because when I can fully acknowledge
Because when I can fully acknowledge
that I am a magnificent child of the universe,
that I am a magnificent child of the universe,
I notice that about other people too.
I notice that about other people too.
I notice that they're worthy and deserving of love.
I notice that they're worthy and deserving as well.
So my self-love is a win-win situation.
So my self-love is a win-win situation.
It's not arrogant.
It's not arrogant.
It's not conceited.
It's not conceited.
So I'm clearing that.
So I'm clearing it.
But there might be that part of me that says,
But there might be that part of it that says,
if I love myself right now,
if I love myself right now,
just as I am,
just as I am,
I'll lose all my motivation.
say that again.
I'll lose all my motivation.
I'll lose all my motivation.
It's when I find fault with myself
It's when I find fault with myself
that I try harder to get better.
that I try harder to get better.
And I choose to question that.
And I choose to question that
Because beating myself up
because beating myself up
is not healthy.
is not healthy.
It's generally not that effective either.
It's generally not that effective either.
When I'm working to improve my life,
When I'm working to improve my life,
whether it's my health or my finances,
whether it's my health or my finances,
whatever it might be,
whatever it might be,
rather than saying,
I'm
I'm not good enough as I am,
not good enough as I am,
and I need to work harder to get worthy,
and I need to work harder to get worthy,
I'd rather recognize I am worthy and deserving of love and respect.
that I'm worthy and deserving of love and respect.
And that's why I'm taking better care of myself.
And that's why I'm taking better care of myself.
I'm not going to lose motivation.
I'm not going to lose motivation.
I get healthier motivation.
I get healthier motivation.
And I'm worth that.
And I am worth it.
All these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't love myself more.
Why I couldn't and shouldn't love myself.
It's all BS.
It's all BS.
Belief systems.
All those ridiculous belief systems.
And I am clearing those out.
I'm clearing those out.
Clearing them at a cellular level.
Clearing them at a cellular level.
Clearing them from every fiber of my being.
Clearing them from every fiber of my being.
Clearing them back through the last few years.
Clearing them back through the last few years.
All the way back through my childhood.
All the way back through my childhood.
As far back as I need to go.
As far back as I need to go.
Maybe past lives.
Maybe past lives.
Maybe my ancestral DNA.
Maybe my ancestral DNA.
All these places.
All of these places.
Where there's been a misunderstanding.
Where there's been a misunderstanding.
About why I couldn't or shouldn't love myself more.
About why I couldn't and shouldn't love myself more.
And I'm clearing that mess up.
I'm clearing that mess up.
For the highest good of all concerned.
For the highest good of all concerned.
My self-love is a win-win situation.
My self-love is a win-win situation.
And I'm allowing that to happen.
And I'm allowing that to happen.
I'm allowing myself to feel good about that.
I'm allowing myself to feel good about that.
I'm doing this as an act of love for myself.
I'm doing this as an act of love for myself.
Which I deserve in body, mind, and spirit.
What I deserve in body, mind, and spirit.
And take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Just follow your breath. And again, looking in that full-length mirror and saying, I love myself.
I love myself.
And rate that again on a scale of 0 to 10. Just see if that number has gone up. Or sometimes we just get more awareness and recognize, oh, I know why I feel like I'm not supposed to love myself. And then you can do more specific tapping on that. But hopefully that number has come up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure about this time, Gene, like, if I loved myself, I'd go to my bed now.
I need to feed my team lunch first. Then I'm allowed to go to bed.
Have they all been up 24 hours, or you let them have some sleep in between?
I actually let them sleep and they chose not to. They actually stuck it out as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Superhero team.
Pretty much.
Awesome.
So why don't you also lead us through some tapping of celebration, of community, of connection, and support?
Excellent. Excellent. So everybody go ahead and close your eyes again. Take that deep breath. Again, following your breath through your body. And just allow yourself, first just checking in with where you're at. Maybe rating yourself on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being magnificent. And again, not judging yourself if the number is low, just allowing yourself to be where that's at. And just allowing yourself to feel a connection to Gene and his team, the immediate team there, the team of all of us who have come together, the team of all of you who have been following along, whether you're with us live or watching the replay, and just feeling that sense of community, that sense of support. Feeling that connection to Ulf and Gunilla and all of the people that they work with, all of the people as part of the Peaceful Heart network. And just allow yourself to feel what goes on in there. And take a deep breath. I choose to enhance this connection.
I choose to enhance this connection.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
And I choose to love and accept myself.
I choose to celebrate this connection.
I choose to celebrate this connection.
And I choose to love and honor myself.
And I choose to love and honor myself.
I choose to really feel this connection.
I choose to really feel this connection.
I choose to acknowledge.
I choose to acknowledge
that I'm part of something really freaking amazing.
That I'm part of something really freaking amazing.
I'm not just sitting here tapping on myself.
I'm not just here tapping on myself.
Because everything is energy.
Because everything is energy.
And we are all connected.
And we're all connected.
And the tapping that I'm doing on myself.
And the tapping I'm doing on myself.
Serves the entire world.
Serves the entire world.
And I choose to feel really awesome about that.
And I choose to feel really awesome about that.
And I choose to deeply and completely.
And I choose to deeply and completely.
Love, honor, and accept myself.
Love, honor, and accept myself.
And everybody else involved.
And everybody else involved.
I choose to feel really good about this connection.
I choose to feel really good about this connection.
I choose to feel this connection.
I choose to feel this connection.
To all the people involved in this.
Because of all the people involved in this.
All the amazing work.
All the amazing work.
That some of these people that some of these people have done.
That some of these people have done.
To put this event together.
To put this event together.
To bring tapping to the world.
To bring tapping to the world.
And I'm part of that.
And I'm part of that.
I am a component in this process.
I am a component in this process.
And I choose to celebrate that.
And I choose to celebrate that.
I'm honoring the support of all these people.
And I'm honoring the support of all these people.
And I'm supporting them.
And I'm supporting them.
I'm sending them positive energy.
I'm sending them positive energy.
I'm sending Gene all kinds of energy right now.
And I'm taking it all.
And I'm clearing whatever might get in the way.
And I'm clearing whatever might get in the way.
I choose to send love to all of these people.
I choose to send love to all of these people.
All the other people tapping along.
All the other people tapping along.
All the people that have been doing presentations.
All the people who have been doing presentations.
All the people who are supporting them.
All the people who are supporting them.
All the people doing this work around the world.
All the people doing this work around the world.
Bringing this healing work to people in trouble.
And bringing this healing work to people in trouble.
These people need a lot of love.
These people need a lot of love.
And I want to send them a lot of love.
And I want to send them a lot of love.
And the best way for me to do that.
And the best way for me to do that.
Is to clear what isn't love.
Is to clear what isn't love.
I'm clearing what isn't love.
I'm clearing what isn't love.
I'm clearing what isn't peace.
I'm clearing what isn't peace.
Some of that stuff I can name.
Some of that stuff I can name.
Some of it I'm not sure about.
And some of it I am not sure about.
But I can sense that it isn't love or peace.
But I can sense that it isn't love or peace.
And I love and appreciate those parts of me.
And I love and appreciate those parts of me.
That might be holding on to some of that stuff.
That might be holding on to some of that.
Believing that it's somehow necessary.
Believing that it is somehow necessary.
Part of me might say.
Part of me might say.
I gotta keep this stuff.
I gotta keep this stuff.
I'll be way too vulnerable without it.
I'll be way too vulnerable without it.
If I don't hold on to my pain.
If I don't hold on to my pain.
If I don't hold on to my trauma.
If I don't hold on to my trauma.
I'll be a sitting duck.
I'll be a sitting duck.
But there's a phrase in sports. The best defense is a good offense.
The best defense is a good offense.
And the best offense.
And the best offense.
Is to come from love and peace.
Is to come from love and peace.
So I'm releasing what isn't love or peace.
So I'm releasing what isn't love or peace.
Or joy or gratitude.
or joy or gratitude.
All those really loving feelings.
All those really loving feelings.
It's not that I need to get rid of the other feelings.
It's not that I need to get rid of the other feelings.
There aren't negative feelings.
There aren't negative feelings.
All of the human emotions are important.
All the human emotions are important.
But the uncomfortable ones are there for warnings.
The uncomfortable ones are there for warnings.
To let us know there's something that needs to be addressed.
That's something that needs to be addressed.
And in this moment right now, I'm allowing myself to know.
And I'm allowing myself to know.
I hear you.
I hear you.
I don't need that warning right now.
I don't need that warning right now.
I am here tapping.
I am here tapping.
I am addressing that stuff.
I'm addressing that stuff.
It's safe to feel more love.
It's safe to feel more love.
For myself and others.
For myself and others.
When I'm feeling something that feels different.
When I'm feeling something that feels different.
And I'm behaving in ways that might not be healthy.
And I'm behaving in ways that might not be healthy.
I'm allowing myself to remember.
I'm allowing myself to remember.
That self-sabotage.
That self-sabotage.
Is simply misguided self-love.
Or is simply misguided self-love.
And I'm allowing myself to ask.
And I'm allowing myself to ask.
What do I really want?
What do I really want?
What is the best outcome for me and others?
What is the best outcome for me and others?
And I'm allowing myself to take those actions.
I'm allowing myself to take those actions.
And I'd rather take them from a place of love.
And I'd rather take them from a place of love.
I choose to feel so much love.
I choose to feel so much love.
That I love the heck out of myself.
That I love the heck out of myself.
And I love the heck out of this world.
I love the heck out of this world.
And I want to do the best that I can for this world.
And I want to do the best that I can for this world.
I'm feeling a connection with everyone on this planet.
And I'm feeling a connection with everyone on this planet.
Part of me might resist that.
Part of me might resist that.
There might be a lot of people I know about.
And there might be a lot of people I know about.
That I don't want to have anything to do with.
That I don't want to have anything to do with.
And I'm allowing myself to acknowledge.
And I'm allowing myself to acknowledge.
Everything is energy.
Everything is energy.
And so we are all connected.
And we are all connected.
So those people that are doing things.
So the people that are doing that.
That might piss me off sometimes.
That might piss me off a lot of the time.
Are probably lacking some love.
Are probably lacking some love.
Their behavior.
Their behavior.
Is the result of some unloving feeling.
Is the result of some unloving feeling.
So as a surrogate for the entire population.
So as a surrogate for the entire population.
I am clearing what isn't love.
I'm clearing what isn't love. And Brad, I appreciate the fact that you finally see me for who I truly am. A surrogate for the entire population. Thank you for finally seeing me.
It's that Hufflepuff in both of us.
Absolutely.
I'm allowing myself to heal.
I'm allowing myself to heal.
And as I do this healing.
And as I do this healing.
I choose to feel so grateful.
I choose to feel so grateful.
For all the people supporting me in this.
For all the people supporting me in this.
For all the people doing this work.
For all the people doing this work.
Because we're all tapping together.
Because we're all tapping together.
We're clearing what isn't love together.
We're clearing what isn't love together.
We're making a difference together.
We're making a difference together.
And I choose to really celebrate that.
And I choose to really celebrate that.
I choose to feel really good about that.
I choose to feel really good about that.
To really love that.
I choose to really love that.
And as I feel more love.
And as I feel more love.
I have a lot more love to send.
I have a lot more love to send.
I'm sending so much love right now.
And I'm sending so much love right now.
And I'm allowing myself to receive so much love right now.
And I'm allowing myself to receive so much love right now.
Which gives me that much more to send back.
Which gives me that much more to send back.
Allowing myself to feel so much love.
Allowing myself to feel so much love.
In body, mind, and spirit.
In body, mind, and spirit.
And take a deep breath.
I'm just grabbing something off camera. I'm not leaving you, Brad. And it's a dangerous thing to leave you an unattended microphone. I understand that. So what I have here in my hand is a stack of papers that have a bunch of children drawing on it. And this is, in my apartment, this is my fourth most valuable possession. There are three possessions that are tied for first. I have my maternal grandfather's pocket watch. I have my paternal grandfather's wallet, and I have the bell from the 15-room motel that my mom's parents ran. Those three are number three. This is number four. And what I have in my hand are pictures of children's drawings. And I made reference to this when I was introducing Steve Wells. About 8 years ago, Sebastian Vandersler, who did our social anxiety talk, put together this really amazing trip where we went to the Philippines after a typhoon. And we got a chance to spend time in villages. And there was this one day where it was Emma and Sue and myself in this village. And I am in a classroom. And I have 125 grade school and middle school students. The windows are welded shut. There is no electricity, so there is no air conditioning and there is no fans. The picture of me in that picture is in an orange shirt that is 4 shades darker than it actually is because the entire thing is soaked through with sweat. So after my Polish puppeteer, because of course I had a Polish puppeteer with me, did a little puppet show, she took all the grade school kids outside. And so I have all the middle school students. I have about 35 middle school students, and I have the nursery school teacher as my translator. She's 4'3", and she speaks about this loud. And so I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to figure out, what do I do with these kids? And I look around, and I see art supplies. And I give everybody pens and paper, and I say, draw me a picture of your family. And so everybody on one side of the picture draws a picture of their family, and in groups of 2s and 3s, they come up to me. And they tell me the story of their family. And then we break for lunch. And then we come back from lunch and I say, draw me a picture of the day of the storm. And only the practitioners I was traveling with have ever shown these pictures to, because these are pictures in the hands of children of a family in the rafters praying as dad is holding the door shut as the flood is coming. A house that is drawn and then scribbled out. Water that is 20 feet high with floating body parts with little spurts of blood coming off of them. And
everybody watching be tapping as we
talk about this. And in groups of 2s and 3s, they came forward, they told me the stories, they tapped, and darkness vanished. And the reason why I have the photos is they didn't need them anymore because they were liberated from that pain. The reason why 32 amazing practitioners from all over the world gave time, gave donations. The reason why my friends Jim and Cheryl wrote a check for $5,000 to underwrite all of our expenses. The reason why 2 young Canadians stayed up all night to make sure technology worked. The reason why my friend Taryn and my sister sat in that other room, made sure I was fed, made sure I had coffee, made sure all of your customer supports were answered, was because the Peaceful Heart Network does this sort of work all the time, everywhere. And I hope I never have to draw a picture like this, but I know there are people in the world who are experiencing this. And as we sit here right now, we are somewhere over $21,000. Things keep coming in. And I know there are a number of you who are struggling right now because PayPal's not working. You don't want to use PayPal. And so if you are in a situation where you haven't been able to get that to work, no big deal. All I want you to do is shoot an email to support@tappingqna.com. It's not going to happen this afternoon, but sometime in the next 48 hours, we're going to get you taken care of. We're going to make sure that you're in the drawing on Tuesday so that we can continue this work. It's really funny. We have the highest number of people here on the line. And I think most people just showed up to see if I would be still alive at this particular point. And I'm not actually sure about that particular fact. But first of all, I want to thank all of you who have participated. For those of you who have supported each other in the chat box, who have asked awesome questions, who have tapped, who have told your friends, who have made it so that we had a room full of people for 24 hours, even if you popped in and out. The beautiful thing is we're going to figure it out somehow on Thursday. We're going to get you the recordings of the entire thing so you can go back and retap along to things, or you can go find the things that you didn't get a chance to listen to. Thank you very much. I do actually really want to do this in a formal way. Number one, I want to thank, the 32 speakers who gave their time either on a pre-record or showed up in the middle of the night. You know, every single time Brad sent me an email, I can't believe I have to get up this early, but I'm going to do it for you. And I knew he was giving me a hard time, and I'm glad that he was here. But all of the speakers, every single person who said yes, it wasn't like yes, it was yes, please, I want to be a part of this. Let me do this thing. And so I appreciate all of those speakers. I want you, if there was someone who touched your heart over the last 24 hours, go find their website. We have all of it on this page. If you look at the bios at the bottom of 24 Hours of Tapping, go to their website, send them a note, thank them for showing up, let them know you appreciate the fact that they gave their time, that they donated their stuff. Secondly, again, I just want to thank Jim and Cheryl. You guys are the best. When I was getting ready to do this, I wanted to reach out to some friends to see if they could underwrite it. And I just sent a note to a friend. And in my mind, I'm like, gosh, I want to find $5,000. And instantaneously, the note came back and said, you know what? We can support you. Is $5,000 okay? I'm like, yes, thank you, universe. You're the best. I want to thank Angel and Jen, their technology people who helped me behind the scenes, who were not here for part of this, but it wouldn't have happened without them. I want to thank Heidi. Those of you who've been around my stuff for a long time know I'm very dyslexic, and Heidi gets very grumpy at me if she doesn't get to edit everything and make it look pretty. And so this would not have happened without her. She's absolutely amazing. My business is better because she's a part of that. I want to thank Sean and Jacob Emu. You have not seen them. I have these two young college students in Vancouver who caught an early flight back from Montreal for something else that they were doing. They took over their parents' living room. They've been up all night helping me solve technology problems. They're absolutely the best. One of them is my bowling partner, and he happens to represent Canada as part of their national champions in Sweden. He's my bowling partner. Those two guys are the best. I want to thank Taryn. Taryn is an EFT practitioner, flew up from Texas to hang out. She didn't have to stay up all night. She did. And lastly, I want to thank my sister. On May 16th, she joined my team full time. And this wouldn't have happened if she wouldn't have been herding 32 speakers around. You have no idea what it's like to get 32 speakers in 11 time zones to show up on a digital platform at the time they're supposed to. And it only happened because of her persistence and her charm and her ability to stay in that. And so, like, I sat here in front of a camera for 24 hours, and I got to talk to some of my favorite people in the world, but none of this would have happened without the amazing support of the people around me. None of this. And the really cool thing is, in the middle of the night, when we realized all of the mistakes that we made and all of the things that we did wrong, we were figuring out a plan how we're going to do this next year. So know that we're going to come back and we're going to do something like this. But just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your time. Thank you for your tapping. Thank you for caring about yourself enough to show up and continue to do that internal work, because when you transform yourself, we transform the world. And I always say that at the end of every single one of my podcasts, like, tell one person about this episode. And just because you've reached out to them and said, I'm thinking of you, that makes the world a better place. And that is cheesy and that is dumb, and it's true. And all of this tapping that you have done isn't just transforming you, it's transforming the people in your life. And we are, like my buddy Rick Wilkes says, we're trying to be vibrational leaders in this world by the way that we show up and the work that we do. And so, like, your money is awesome. We're going to do really great things with that. But the fact that you found time to spend time with us today is awesome. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to
Well,
go
and
hug my
so much of
team.
this, Gene, because of who you are, which is why all of us, pretty much anything you ever ask is like, well, of course, you know, because and why everyone is pulled together, and why you're able to pull a team like that together. And I know you didn't do this because it's not who you are for any kind of kudos for yourself, but I think it's important as we wrap this up to really give you a shout out because of just who you are as a human being and how you show up, that and so many of the people that you've had on this thing are also good friends of mine, and why we are all drawn to you. And so thank you so much for who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. So keep an eye on your inbox. We're going to be announcing winners. If you haven't had a chance to donate, we're going to make sure we square that away for you. Later this week, we're going to get you a bunch of downloads. I'm going to pester you in all sorts of ways. I'm going to go give my team a hug. I'm going to have a bite to eat, and then I'm going to go take a really, really, really long nap. I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us, and I will see you guys really, really soon.